Hi, this is Rob O'Byrne, and today I'm talking to Harry S Dent, the renowned, very famous futurist and economist. I'm not sure which one he likes to be called, probably more of an economist. And we've been talking over lunch about Harry's book, The Demographic Cliff, which can be a bit of a panic read for some people, I think. But Harry, you were telling us over lunch that actually for the Australians, there's maybe not quite so much drama in the future, because you were talking about the wave not being so bad.
Yeah. What we have the baby boom generation around the world at different times, starting with Japan, then the U.S., and then next Europe, peaking and turning down. And it's a big generation, and it's a big demographic decline. So we're not out of this global financial crisis yet. Australia does not have the demographic problems that others because of high immigration. Your demographics kind of go sideways for spending for the next decade and then go up. But one of the few countries, developed countries in the world that has that. The difficulties, the challenges I see for Australia are two things. Resource prices. You're a big resource exporter. And those prices are coming down. We have a cycle in the book that shows why they peaked and why they're going to continue to edge down for a decade. And it's a very good cycle. The second thing, and bigger, the China bubble. China is the biggest bubble in the world. Real estate, overbuilding, overdevelopment, pushed by governments, way ahead of demand. I mean, over a decade ahead of demand. Yes, they're moving people from rural to urban, but we look at that, they've way overbuilt. I see that as the biggest bubble to burst in the world, and that's going to be the biggest impact on Australia, your biggest trading partner, and it affects this whole Pacific Rim region. If you were your own island, you wouldn't have much problems ahead. That's the good news.
And when we were talking, and you mentioned this in the book, the the overvaluation of real estate, and when it gets to, is it 10 times earnings or something like that, the bubble's likely to burst. Yeah. And we're about 10, so is that going to happen in Australia?
Yeah. Australia is like California because the rest of our country is different. California, the bubble in the U.S. burst when California got to these same valuations in San Francisco and L.A., and of course Vancouver's there in Canada. London is the only place more expensive than Sydney and Melbourne in the developed world. So yes, this real estate bubbles around the world. There's something unique that has never happened before. And that is the baby boom generation is larger than the generation to follow it in most countries except Australia. Yeah. And when a smaller generation follows, you get a point where more people are dying than young people buying real estate, and the net demand is already gone negative in Japan. It will go negative in the United States in about 15 years. It will slow in Australia, but it won't even come close to negative. So again, you guys are very lucky on the demographic side.
That's great. Harry, I know you've got to rush for a plane, but really appreciated the chat over lunch and I guess explaining some of the not so steep cliffs for us here in Australia. Thank you very much.